everyone, Martha Ermias here, coming to you live from Columbus, Ohio. How's everybody doing? I hope that you're having a great Thursday morning. Very cold here, still snow is on the floor and things like that. For those of you who don't know me, hi Tessfish, how are you? Nice to see you here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Martha Ermias and I am an entrepreneur. And I have three passions: entrepreneurship, personal growth, and contribution are my passions. Hi everyone, everybody, nice to see you guys here. Hi Renee, good morning, all the way from Texas. How's the weather in Texas? We're snowed in, we're very freezing around here in Columbus. Yeah, so everybody, today I'm gonna be talking about, good morning Jerry, how are you? Hi Mom, how are you? Thank you guys for joining me. Wow, so good to see you guys. Today I'll be talking about a couple of things that you need to succeed in life. And you know, in life, in order for us to succeed and get things done, there's two things that we need. And these are two big words that I really love. The first one is opportunities. We really do need opportunities. Okay, so the second one is we need people. We need opportunities and we need people. So actually the word opportunity is one of my favorite words because and it's everywhere. To be honest, opportunities are available everywhere. However, without an opportunity or without a door being open for you, you actually cannot do much. You really need an opportunity to get from point A to point B and whatever that you're doing. So it's of course, you know, there's going to be wisdom that's required for you to recognize the right opportunity for you. And then once you get it, knowing how to make that opportunity work for you is also going to be very necessary. But what I want to talk about today is the second thing that you need in order for you to succeed in life, and that is people. Okay? One of the things that is very common amongst successful people is that they're very resourceful with people. Okay, they're very resourceful with people. I remember reading an article by Simon Sinek. For those of you who don't know Simon Sinek, he's actually one of the very well-known leadership experts of this time. He's written some books, but Start with Why is one of his books that I read, and there's another book that I'm about to start reading. He's just an amazing, his leadership philosophy is amazing. He's had some TED Talks and things like that. But Simon says that the more I research, the more I grow in what I'm doing, I understand that I can't do anything great without people. You can't do anything great without people. There's nothing you can do. You're going to need people. Whether you're trying to build a company, you're going to need people. And a lot of times the CEOs that are extremely successful are the CEOs that know how to develop and work with people. Okay, so we really do need people. But even in other areas of life, to be able to be successful, you really need to be very resourceful with people. But at the same time, I don't know if you would agree with me on this, but a lot of people are afraid of working with people. You know, that's the area that a lot of times, you know, a lot of people do avoid that. Sometimes, you know, they prefer to work very much individually. They get into technology kind of professions so that they don't have to deal with people. Actually, I'll tell you a story. When I was like going to graduate school, one of the things that I really wanted to study management information system, which is very much technology driven. And because I'm very analytic, I thought that I would be very successful in it. So I thought of studying management information system, although I was studying international business at that time. So I said, okay, let me see if I'm going to be good at technology, computer science, and things like that. So let me take a course. So I took one course to see if that would be a passion that I should really pursue. And as I was taking that course, I remember the instructor saying, you know, first day of class, he said, if the reason that you are wanting to become a computer scientist is because so that you don't have to deal with people, that's actually the wrong reason, you know. And it really surprised me that he said that, and it's so true. A lot of people want to go to the computer industry, or that's the kind of studies that they want to do so that they don't have to deal with people, but that's really the wrong understanding. It's really important that we, and a lot of times people are fearful of working with people, or they don't want to deal with people, mainly because of lack of skills on how to really build relationships that are strong, relationships that are mutual benefit, and relationships that are based on respect. And because we are not groomed to have all the skills that we need to really be very resourceful and have a very good resource of people, the next option sometimes is avoiding the whole idea of working with people, being with people, and creating that resource. But to get anything great, to have anything great done in your life, if you have a big dream, or even if you don't have a big dream at this time, but you are in the way of succeeding and you want to succeed and you want to grow, you really are going to need people, and you really are going to need skills with people. So that's really what we're going to talk about today, especially in this economy and in our economy right now. And I read a book by John Maxwell that he talks about that, like more importantly so now than before. It's very important that we understand relationships and we actually create strong relationships that really work in order to advance in anything that we need to do in life. So being isolated, not wanting to work with people, just wanting to be individual, that's really going to hold you back from being successful. So it's time that we all accept the fact and really understand how to work with people and be very resourceful with people. Okay, so there is actually, as I was preparing for this, in studying for it, there's a few things that we can focus on to increase our skills in order for us to be able to create a good resource of people. And I have 6 things that I want to share with you guys today. So the number one thing is we really need to focus on us. Okay, the starting point, if you want to start a relationship with someone, whether it's a business relationship, a friendship, or just having that network and connection, you have to start with yourself. Okay, a relationship is built between you and somebody else, and you are one of the parties of the relationship. So you've got to start with yourself, and who are you supposed to become in order for you to be able to attract people to have a good relationship with you. Okay, so you really have to start focusing on having a character, building a character. You really have to know what your core values are, and those core values have to be based on good ethics. Okay, because character, everybody has a desire to have those characters that are based on good ethics. And when people see you and they understand that you're a person of a character, they're naturally drawn to you. They naturally want to create a relationship with you. Okay, so becoming a person of a character is the number one thing that we all have to focus on in order for us to have good relationship with other people. So what do I mean by character? And I have a couple of things that I want to share with you. Number one, very important thing is becoming a person of integrity. Okay, integrity is very, very important. And by integrity, what I mean is the person that you are in front of people and the person that you are when nobody is really watching or nobody is really seeing you. Are you the same person? Okay. Integrity is actually a lot deeper than that. It's not even about how people view you. It also affects the way you respect yourself. It affects the way you think of yourself and your self-esteem and everything. So being a person of integrity, being honest, trustworthy, and always doing what's right. If your conscience tells you that something is not right, it's better to pay the price of giving up whatever benefit you're going to get out of that thing than paying the price of not honoring your integrity, and not honoring your integrity, and losing your integrity. Basically, the price of losing your integrity is long term. However, when you lose something for the sake of your integrity, whatever advantage that you may have had, then that cost is not long term, it's short term. You lose it for just that time. So integrity goes a long way, a very long way. So be the person that you are in front of people, and by yourself, just be that 1%. And then when you don't have integrity also, you really are not very clear about who you are. You're not very clear about what you want. You're not very clear about where you want to go. So it really affects everything in your life. Integrity is very, very important. And then, it's just a law of the universe. Whatever, people with high integrity, they get elevated in life. It pays off. They get elevated in life. And people who don't have integrity, they really lose a lot. They lose because it catches up on you. So integrity is very important, and that's one character that we all should really pursue and build. And the second thing is being trustworthy. Being trustworthy, because people are attracted to the people that they can trust. Trust is earned. Trust is something that everybody wants. You want to be dependable. And how do you become trustworthy? Well, the first very simple way of becoming trustworthy is if you say yes, it's a yes. If you say no, it's a no. That's very, very simple way of being trustworthy, because sometimes people are afraid of hurting other people's feelings, so they don't tell the truth. They say yes when in their heart it's a no. And especially, I've studied a little bit of intercultural studies, and in some cultures, saying no is actually it's a negative thing. You can't say no. You'd be hurting someone's feeling really, really badly. So what people would say is they would say yes, but then that it's a no, but because they really don't follow through, they don't really do it. And especially in the Western culture, that could be seen as a lack of honesty or a lack of integrity. And especially for those people who are, and then the culture that I'm talking about is really most of the Eastern, even my own culture. Saying no to the face is not a good thing. You want to save the face of the other person, because rejection is not seen as a positive thing. So what we need to do as people who are living in the Western culture, where yes has to be yes, no has to be no, upfront and directly, we have to learn the art of saying no without losing face. Okay, and that could include by a little bit more explanation, instead of just saying no, a little bit more explanation why that's not going to work. So saying no in a little bit more indirect way, but not necessarily saying yes when in your heart it's actually a no, because that's going to make you not trustworthy with the other person. So they don't want to deal with you again because they can't trust what you say. And the other thing also, this is something that I actually had to work on myself a very long time ago. I would say I like helping people. I like, if it's something that I could do, I like to do it. So if somebody asks me, let's say oh, can you bring me that book tomorrow? And I'd say, yeah, sure, I will bring it tomorrow. And then I forget. And then I'm very forgetful, so I keep forgetting. And then 2 days later or 3 days later, oh, how about that book? I'd say, oh yeah, I'll bring it for you. And I don't. And I never realized that I was breaking my promises. I mean, I used to see it very lightly. I would say that I would do something, and it's not a life and death situation, but still I said I was gonna do it, and I didn't do it, and I keep not doing it. And I learned that was actually not a good thing, and I'm literally breaking my promises, and my character is not going to be respected by the other person. So the day I learned that, I started to really watch what I say. If I say I'm going to do it, then I definitely follow through, whether it's convenient or not convenient, or if I'm not sure if I can do it, or if I'm not sure if I'm going to remember, I don't make those promises. So, and I see this, even some people that are really, really great, they don't really pay attention to these things, but it's the next time that person is dealing with you, they're not going to have that trust if you really don't show them, because trust is really earned. It's something that you earn. So what we say, we need to be very careful that we follow through. If we promise on something, even if it's a small thing, we want to follow through and keep our promises. And then the second thing, so we just talked about, building character. And the second thing, for you to be able to have good resources of people, because that's something that we need in our lives to really be successful, is to respect yourself, okay? To respect yourself. And then this is a little bit tied to the first one as well. To respect yourself, there's a couple of things that could make us lose respect of ourselves. And number one is, if we don't have integrity, we don't respect ourselves, okay? It's very self-damaging. So having integrity is good because it increases your self-respect and self-esteem as well. And the second thing is discipline. If we don't have discipline, we promise ourselves that we're going to do something and we don't do it. We keep breaking promises like that. We'll have very, very little self-respect, and we're not going to feel like we are, we're not going to have the self-worth that we need to have, that we should have. And the third thing is when we're not diligent with things, like laziness also makes us lose our self-respect. If we are, kind of like not really diligent, but we're actually becoming lazy. And it's possible that people can fall into that trap, especially if they're not motivated about life. They don't know where they're going. If you don't have a goal that's pulling you, or a problem that's pushing you, it's very easy to fall into that trap of laziness. If someone is like not motivated to do things, it means that at the core, they're not having anything to motivate them, or they don't have a problem to solve. That's why they're not doing anything. So it's a mental thing. But that practice or that exercise of laziness also can make us lose self-respect. So if we don't respect ourselves, or if we don't view ourselves in a respectful way, we actually project that with the people that we communicate, and people actually really don't respect us back. The way we view ourselves is actually how people view us. So it's very important that we protect our self-respect by not falling into these traps that we talked about, by not practicing integrity, or not being disciplined in life, or being lazy in life. Let's not lose our self-respect and view ourselves in the right way. And then when we are associating or connecting with people, that's also how they see us, and it's easier to build a relationship if you go that route. And then the third thing for us to be resourceful with people is we have to expose ourselves, okay? If people are not gonna, a friend of mine would say that people are not in your living room, you gotta go out there and expose yourself. I mean, you have to intentionally go out there and create connections with the right kind of people, with the kind of people if it's your career, you have to start networking with people that are in your career, okay? Let's say if you're a stay-at-home mom, you have to communicate with and that's your interest, you have to communicate with other stay-at-home moms in a community. You've got to go out there and meet people. You have to expose yourself in order for you to be able to create resources of people and build relationships. You can't do that if you are not intentionally doing it. And it's very, very easy to not intentionally do it, because a lot of times, we're wrapped around our little life, in day-to-day life. We don't intentionally try to make connections and relationships. And what I'm trying to say here is we have to be proactive. We can't be passive about it. It's not going to fall from the sky. We have to proactively think about building relationships and expanding our network. It's very, very important that we do that. And then the fourth thing is, when you connect with people, or when you are communicating with people, the one thing that you always want to think about is, how do I provide value to the other person? Okay? As you're going to connect with people, if you want a lot of people to if you want to have resources of people that is based on good, respectful relationship, you want to go out there to give as opposed to receive. Okay, a lot of times we may be thinking about ourselves, but you have to remember that everybody's thinking about themselves. So in order for us to be able to have a good influence with people, we got to think about what we can give, what value we can add. Always think about, how can I help this person achieve the goal that they have? And the goal could be, like a temporary goal. Like, for example, just, they don't have a ride and they want to go from place A to place B. Okay, this is someone that of course, and have started building a relationship, and just help them. Help do simple acts of kindness. And always remember that you want to make people feel special. You want to make people have a better day because of your presence, because of your connection. That's also adding value. Or it could be that they're a problem that they're trying to solve, which is your strength, and you know how to do. Help a hand. Give a hand. Help them. And if you help enough people in your life, then you're definitely going to advance in life, because you're going to have that resources of people, because you're going to build relationships with them. And then the number 5th is earn trust and respect. We talked about it earlier before, trust and respect, how important they are, but you have to really earn it. Sometimes people may be, sometimes what I see is they may have trust and respect in a specific community or group already, and then when they go out there and try to build new relationships, they expect that trust and respect to already be there. They forget that they somehow earned it here, and they have to re-earn it, to earn it again with a new relationship. You can't expect people to know you for who you are without really working towards that, like allowing them to get to know you and who you are, and earn their trust and earn their respect. So you always have to start from scratch. When you're connecting with a person, you are always you haven't really earned their trust and respect until you have. So always think about earning trust and respect. It doesn't carry from one. If you've already done it with some people, it doesn't carry with other people, because they're just meeting you, they don't know you, so they really you have to really work on earning their trust as well. And then number 6, and then the final one, is continuously study people. Be interested in studying people and understanding it. And it reciprocates. First of all, if you really are interested in understanding and studying other people, then they're definitely going to be interested in learning about you too. So that's how the mutual relationship is going to be built. But when I say study people, this could be very broad, and I think I'm going to have another Facebook Live on this. But when I say study people, what do you want to know about people? You want to learn about their strength, okay? What are they good at? And complement them on their strength. And then you also want to know about their interests. What matters to them? What's their interest? What do they like to do for fun? Some people, they're more interested in their family is a big thing for them. So they're interested about their family. That's all they want to talk about. Some people like to travel. They're very adventurous. They like to experience things. Other people, they're all about work. They want to make like a huge impact in the world. They have their mission driven and things like that. What is their interest? Every time you meet people, you want to spend time understanding what their interest is, what their strengths are. The other thing is also, what goals do they have in life? You want to know what goals do they have, where are they going, who's this person. You start to get to know the person at the deeper level as you're asking these questions when you're conversing with them, okay? So you want to ask questions that would allow you to learn about their goals and needs as well. And then what needs do they have? And it's important that we try to know what needs that they have, because you will find a way that somehow you can help them or allow them to, I don't know what it is in my apartment, like the upstairs thing, there's like noise coming. I don't know if it's bothering you guys, but so anyway, so you want to know about their needs, because if you understand their needs, then you will know what you can do to help them or make it a little bit better for them. You know, so understand people's needs also, because that allows you to help people. And then as you're communicating with people, like if you are really interested in studying people, you're going to allow them to talk about themselves as opposed to you talking to about yourself. And this is a mistake that a lot of people do when they think about networking and connecting with people. They think that they're there to talk about them. No, that's not the reality. I mean, that's not what's going to help you build strong relationships. Allow people to express themselves. Allow people to talk about them. Be interested in them as opposed to you trying to be interesting. Because when we're trying to be interesting, we're coming from a selfish place. You know, it's all about us. We want other people to learn about us, but we're there to learn about other people, and that's how you build a strong relationship. So these are a few tips that, you know, I believe can serve you really well in life, in expanding your network, having a good resource of people, and earn other people's respect. Because in order to advance in life, you're definitely going to need opportunities, and you're also going to need people. People is very important. So I know it could be scary if you really don't understand how to go out there and network and create good relationships. It could be a little bit intimidating, but it's all, as I always say, it's all about building skills. And those it boils down to building the skills that you need to do it, and then it definitely will happen for you as well. Okay. So that's it for today, guys, and thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. If you feel like this message has any value, please go ahead and share it. I always appreciate you guys for sharing it, and I'll give you a big shout out. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and comment on the comment below. And I was looking at the comments, and everybody was saying hi, letting me know where you guys are from, and thank you for that. And I'm gonna go ahead and respond to all of you and interact with you as soon as I'm done here. And then any questions, you can message me, you can write it down on this on the comments below as well. And go out there and make it a great day, and stay blessed. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you all. Bye-bye.